Over the years, a number of people have asked me what sorts of work can I do, building work can I do, that doesn't necessarily require a building consent? Can you do anything without getting a building consent? Well, it turns out that you can. And all of the information about what can be done is contained under Schedule 1 of the Building Act 2004. Now that talks about things that, like I say, don't necessarily require a building consent. Let me give you a concrete example of that. A window like this, you could take the window out, cut through the framing, put in a set of doors here without changing the span of the lintel. You can do that work without necessarily requiring a building consent. However, let's say the window was half the size and you wanted to make the opening that big. As soon as you change the lintel, triggers the requirement for a building consent. Inside, if there was no insulation in the exterior walls, you pulled the lining off and you put insulation in, that triggers a requirement for a building consent. If you discovered some rot in the exterior weatherboards, a couple of boards, you can take those off, replace them like for like, that's a key term. Don't need to have a building consent for that. Pulling off an entire elevation does trigger the requirement for a building consent. You can find all of this information, it's detailed under Schedule 1 of the Building Act. There's lots of good information on building.gov.nz on the web.